Hello everyone. So today we are going to do Leetcode daily challenge single number. So as per the question name, it simply states that we are required to find a number which is single, right? So that simply means there would be a lot of duplicates number in our given input vector, right? So that's why we are required to find that particular number which is in solitude in this particular input vector. So basically the thing would be like this, that we would be given 1, 2, 4, 5, 4, 3, 3, something like this. So here we are having this 5. Oh, I don't know how it comes out to. Okay. So here we are given with this 5, which is single, right? And all other are simply in pairs, like this. All are in pairs. So for this fact, if we think about some brute force, then it would be simply like that we could use some extra space, right? Uh, while using the brute force, it would be simply like that we use extra space, right? Means while using this extra space, how we can do that? You know that in C++ HTML we have hash maps, and even in Java also we are having hash map. In Python also we are having the same thing, in which we could simply store the numbers and we can store their frequencies, right? So like this, we could use a brute force while using extra space, which would be our hashing, right? Means with the usage of hashing, what we can do is we can simply store that particular number, right? Means our number would be stored and then the frequency would be stored, right? And what we would be doing is we'll simply check that if our frequency is simply equals to 1, right? Then that would be simply our answer. Because as per the question, let me show you the question. As per the question, we are simply given with just one number. It is non-empty, and then every, I don't know why it is not coming up, but here the thing is that every element appears twice except for one. So that is, there is only one number, right? So that's why we can use that method. And moreover, the constraints which are being given to us, that is num's length is 10 to the power 4, and even the numbers which are there, that is also till 10 to the power 4 only. Means we could use some solution which could have the n square complexities, right? So here hash map thing would easily work, but rather than using some n square complexity, we are simply traversing in single loop only, and the thing would be that if frequency equals to 1, then we'll simply return our answer. No, it is not showing up. Okay. So we'll simply return that particular element as our answer, right? So this would be something, while means this would be our method 1, where we would be simply using extra space, that is time complexity will be simply order of n only, and the space complexity would be also order of n, because we would be using a hash map for storing purpose, right? And time complexity order of n, because we would be simply traversing the whole input array and checking out that which element is having the frequency more than 1 and which is having 1, right? So this would be all for here. Now comes the second part. Now we could, whenever we see a solution which is easily able to be done only by brute force, we can even optimize that particular solution. So for the optimization part, what we can do is, for the optimization part, there is one more method. That means our method 2 would be mathematical method here, right? So in context of maths, what we can do here, we can simply use bit manipulation. So while using this bit manipulation part, what we are required to do is, see, we can use the property of XOR. XOR has the property that 0 XOR with a number will simply return us 0. 1 XOR with a number will simply return us, if we do XOR, then what it will be, simply number itself, right? And if we do XOR with number n into n, XOR means n XOR with n, then it will simply return 0. So while using these properties, and even one more is there, if A XOR B is there, then it will return C, and then if we do C XOR B, then it will return A, and if we do C XOR A, then it will return B. So basically, its third number would be returned. So while using these properties of XOR, what we can do is we can simply get our number which is present there in the single form only. Means no duplicates are there for that number. Because the thing would be, whenever a duplicate number is being encountered, so it will simply become 0, right? This would be the fact. And when 0 is being XOR with that particular number, so here not 0 would be returned, here the number itself would be returned. So here number would be returned. Wait, I guess I am doing. In these two properties, I might be wrong. That needs to be checked. Sorry for the confusion, but the thing is, this one is true, that if we do number XOR with number, then 0 would be there, right? And if we do XOR of two numbers together, then the third number is generated. And when we do XOR of that third number, that is C XOR with this B, then that first number could be generated. And if we do XOR of that third number with second, then that first, then that second number could be generated. So while using these properties, we can simply check that. See, if we would be doing, let me dry run you for, because its code is simple. Just we need to understand this concept, that if we do XOR of 1 with 2, then surely some new number would be generated. Let us say it is n, right? But when we do n XOR, because we would be having this number presently, and when we do n XOR 1, then that 2 would be again generated. Alright, and then now when we encounter 2 with 2, then our answer would be 0. And then when we do 0 XOR 4, right, then at this point, now comes the part here, I guess here won't be 0. If there would be, then it won't be able to take for further numbers. So here the number itself will again come. So 4 would be there. And then when we do 4 XOR with 5, then a new number be generated. Let us say it is as n. And when n would be there, then when we do n XOR 4, then 5 would be regenerated again. And then we do 5 XOR 3, then a new number is generated. Let us say it as n. And then we do n XOR 3, right? Then 5 would be regenerated. So at the end, whatsoever we are having as our answer, I mean, whatsoever number which is being single, that would be our answer. So this is the thing which we are required to return as our answer. So this is which we would be doing in our coding part. Basically, we are having, we can do this question by two methods. First method is this one, where we are using extra space. Thus, the time complexity and space